Sorry, I'm so like over this looking so ashy. Like, I don't know guys, but I noticed that there's a difference in how I look whenever I wear earrings. That's why I really like earrings. I don't know, like ever since my cousin said to me that there is a correlation between how big your hoops are to how out there you are sexually. So I don't know, it's just like a jump scare, I guess, every time I reach for them. Like, I just have to like pause and think, do I want to present myself that way? But really and truly, I don't care. So no, but I'm really liking these earrings. They're my mom's. I just love hoop earrings. Like, yeah, that's a fact about me. But I think this one will go more. But yeah, I'm so tired of looking ashy, you know, so I thought maybe we can like have a chill video while I do my makeup, which isn't much. It's just eyeliner, eyebrows. I also use like eyeshadow for my under eye as well, like to make that smoky eyeliner look. I don't know, I want this video to be chill, but I feel like I've been making like a lot of chill videos. But like, there's just certain things on my mind as of late. I want to briefly touch on the conversation on Obsession. I actually recently watched Obsession with my friends like a few days ago. It was like last week. And obviously we're late to the discourse surrounding it, but who cares, because I'm still seeing people go on and on about it. It's such a good film. It was a great film. I honestly loved it. Like, it was so organic. Fresh face actors, you know, really good actors as well, actresses. There's just so much to say. The storyline is perfect, you know. It's just also like, I would say it's perfect because it's such a reflection on like life as a young adult in 2026. I feel like anyone, whether you are like 90, you have dealt with fears of unrequited love. You get that fear of being embarrassed once you express your interest in a person, you know. So I think that was a great way to attract viewers, to, you know, just suck everyone in, because anyone can relate to it. I can relate to it. I saw myself in Bear at the start of the film. Yeah, but the discourse surrounding who was the villain in the film, clearly it was him, and it was so evident. It was made so evident as the film progressed. I find it a bit weird that people, I don't even want to be vague about it, that men are saying that Nikki is the villain. Like, how does that make sense? I'm honestly confused with that. Nikki wasn't even present. Oh my gosh, you know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of Frankenstein, and I watched the one that came out last year. You know, I saw a correlation there. He literally created a monster. He created a monster out of Nikki, the same way Frankenstein created his monster. And then you see throughout that film, Frankenstein, you see the way the monster is just victimized, and you also see the way he's like acting out of his victimization. He's acting out, he's on a rampage, he's, you know, tearing through places, killing people to get to his creator because of what his creator did to him. Are you going to say Frankenstein's monster? Are you going to say he was the villain? My man did not want to be created. He literally was a product of Frankenstein's selfish, ill intent. That is really what he was created out of, you know. The same way Nikki, the spirit that possessed Nikki, was created out of Bear's selfishness. Like, I don't understand the cognitive dissonance. I don't understand like what wasn't clear about that. I don't, but I really love the film. I would literally give this like an 8 out of 10. I was telling my friends 8 out of 10, and that is really refreshing. That is really good. Like, honestly, props to everyone a part of that film, honestly. Before I start like even applying my like makeup, I just wanted to like, I bought these products out here because I use them for my face. I just love Aveeno. Like, Aveeno is just so tea. Like, oh my gosh, I love Aveeno. Like, and then after I applied that Aveeno, I applied this, you know, because sunscreen, you can't go wrong with sunscreen. You can't. So yeah, those are the two moisturizers that I apply on my face. I'm just gonna go right and start applying this eyeliner. It's honestly so like old. Well, it's not even old, I just use it a lot. But yeah, I don't think anyone really cares, so yeah. Do I look like a boiled egg? I feel like I look like a boiled egg. But yeah, so this topic that I want to share with you guys, that I just want to like unburden, you know, to you guys, is this tendency for authors, romance authors specifically, to include sensitive matters such as pregnancy, such as abuse, you know. So the female protagonist, the FMC, she would go through these sensitive situations, but I just feel like they are glossed over, that they're not actually written with care, with sensitivity as they should, because all they are just reduced to is a plot point, a cheap plot point. My last video was my review on Rayleigh novel Joliet. That novel Joliet, it really just like, as I was talking about it, as I was making the review on it, I was just like, this is a situation, this is a problem that happens a lot whenever I'm reading romance novels, and I'm just tired of it. I was also recently reading this book here, I really forgot what it's called. I was enjoying the first two, the second one specifically because there was a plot point that happened whereby the FMC had experienced abuse. I was skeptical on whether it was just used, whether that plot point was cheapened so that her and the MMC could just get together. You know, I was like, is this done with like intention, or is it just done because you're forcing the two main characters to get together? But no, they didn't end up together by the end of the book, and I loved it. I loved the author's decision for that, and I feel like that is realistic. After a woman is attacked in such a way, there is no way on earth that she could get herself right back into a relationship. So on the topic of abuse though, so I don't know how people could just like be doing makeup and like talking about abuse. I'm actually ridiculous. I had to do the makeup off camera because obviously I'm talking about something complex and something very sensitive, right? I just feel like it's a bit weird, it's just ingenuine when you're doing something, you know, where you're not really engaged as you should be. I think that is wrong and I don't like it. I just feel like it's weird when a lot of other YouTubers do that, but to each their own. It's not for me. It's not for me. But anyway, I don't like it when when I'm reading a book and they drop bombs like that. I think it's just very ingenuine. That's my problem with it. It cheapens the serious matter, and you all of a sudden become desensitized whenever you're coming across, you know, news articles, or whenever you're being told that someone was abused, right? You're all of a sudden desensitized because in media, in novels especially, like I've mentioned, you know, they tend to cheapen it just to drive the plot forward. And I also feel like this can be related to illness, specifically cancer. Like in a lot of romance novels or romance films, cancer is the go-to illness that disrupts this romance story. I actually made a review for We Live in Time. It was a letterboxed review. However, throughout the depiction of these hard-hitting moments, such as when Alma has her hair shaved with her daughter and husband present and reassuring, we still see the audacious display of a life that is unwilling to be entirely rendered stagnant from the cancer. We see this in Alma, a Bavarian fusion chef, engaging in the competition, Booktube finals. It is also displayed simply in the thrilling romance story between her and Tobias, unveiled in non-linear fragments that cut between scenes of the present circumstance of her diagnosis. This movie stood out to me for this very impactful structural decision. I thought it was an effective way to intertwine the very real and devastating cancer into this romance story. It established it as a force just as the love between Almut and Tobias is, making the ending with Almut's absence all the more gut-wrenching. As we were able to watch the gradual decline in her health in these fragments, her cancer diagnosis, a common illness that many can relate to, was treated with respect and was not rendered to a flimsy subplot. What typically happens in romance novels and in romance films also is that cancer is literally just reduced to something that disrupts, like it's like a block that only exists within the context of this relationship, within the context of this marriage or this couple, but what I noticed in We Live in Time, was how it did not just exist in their context, it existed beyond it. We also get to see how the cancer affected her Almut's career, how it affected her at work. She wasn't able to fulfill, there was the fear of having to fall back in how she wanted to progress in her career because she was diagnosed with the cancer. Like, the cancer also was depicted in terms of the family life. Her daughter, she has a daughter. How is the daughter going to fare with a sick mother? Oh my gosh, my favorite scene literally was when Tobias and her daughter were around helping her shave her hair for the chemo. Like, that was so beautiful. It wasn't just, it wasn't limited to the love Tobias and her shared. And the thing is that you can even see how that love, that this love story between them, it wasn't the primary focus. If you want to include something as serious as abuse within your romance novels, it has to be, you have to kind of ground the readers there. So I just feel like you have to write it where our attention isn't put elsewhere. If you're writing about abuse, please don't skip ahead to after, I guess, she's recovered. Can people really ever be recovered? They are, at the end of the day, changed. They have changed. And in my opinion, I believe this book did a good job at showing that, change in the FMC after she was abused. But at the same time, one thing that bothered me in the third book, which is why I didn't finish the series, was because she was abused, she obviously developed I guess you could say, an aversion to engaging with men sexually. And so she's in a relationship with a new man, and she just finds that she can't really enjoy the act of intimacy as she once did before. All of a sudden, the MMC comes back and she's fixed. That's really just I just think that is one detraction from this series, and it's pretty much why I didn't finish it. What I did like about it, though, like I mentioned before, was the fact that as soon as her abuse happened, this relationship wasn't the primary focus within the book. What became the primary focus was the female character's decision to escape things that reminded her of her abuse. It was her decision. It was her autonomy. It pretty much was how she felt she needed to deal with her abuse. And so in that, it was her choosing to not be with the MMC anymore. And I did like that. I liked that. I just wanted to just share with you guys my issue in romance, in this space, in this genre, whereby I feel like authors, they insert or include, traumatic experiences, basically to drive this love story, to drive this love story forward, or to make the female character feel more inclined to be with this man because he just gets her, because he understands her body, he understands her physically, he understands her her intimately, you know, in the ways that matter when it comes to a partner. You know, I low-key just feel like that's cheap, because that isn't how it's gonna be all the time. Don't cheapen situations like this, because they happen in real life and they're not easy. They're not an easy fix. But anyway, guys, that was something I just wanted to get off my chest. I'm gonna go out today, just get some things sorted, you know. Yeah, just experience summer. But anyway, guys, I hope you are doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video, you know, of me just sharing with you guys like things that bother me when it comes to romance novels. I don't even know, bro. But I hope you also enjoyed. I know you didn't see me do it, I did it off camera, but like that transformation, like transformation is actually tea. Yeah, it is. I'm proud of the work, bro, because I'm also tired. Like, do you know how much I went through to perfect this? Do you know how much I went through to get this done? Like, it didn't just take me like 5 minutes. No, it doesn't take me 5 minutes to put eyeliner on and do my brows. No. Well, anyway, guys, lads, I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.